I finally finished. I've done nothing but read Fairy Tail for the past 2 or 3 days, and I've spent so much time admiring Hiro's beautiful artwork and carefully reading this breathtaking story. I can honestly say Fairy Tail is my favorite manga of all time. If you guys follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you know I've been raving about it the past few days, and I had to make a video about not only the 2 new chapters, but just my overall thoughts on the most exciting pieces of the story. Mostly adventured through Lucy. She is the main character. The story is told through her experiences, and she has been my favorite girl since day one, since Fairy Tail started years ago, and I think it's almost time for Nalu to be official as well. There were so many feels in her emotional parts and her feelings for Natsu and the guild during these past few arcs. I feel her themes of love and family resonate most with me, and by far I think she has the most beautiful and aesthetic character design of any anime character ever, other than maybe Yoko from Gurren Lagann. Her new outfit is my favorite since the original. Hiro, you really outdid yourself this time. I have so much Fairy Tail artwork to work on now. I don't really know where I'm gonna find the time. Anyways, there will be spoilers up to where we are in the manga. I cannot give it enough praise, but I have to talk about it. I love the anime, but the manga is so much more mature and in-depth than the anime is. Go read it if you haven't. So this all really started with Igneel returning as Natsu's father, something we've waited years to see, and so I decided to marathon it because I've been ahead of the anime for a while, but the anime caught up to where I was in the manga. If you've been watching Fairy Tail for the past few years, you know how epic Natsu meeting Igneel was. So many feels, Natsu crying and fighting alongside him. Urza had an epic fight with Kyoka, and the entire Tartarus arc was amazing. Finding out the dragons were all in the Dragon Slayer's bodies to prevent them from turning into dragons, Zeref showing up, and obviously Igneel's death were all insane moments. Sadly, the arc's ending was so depressing. I really felt Natsu was truly crushed for the first time. And then right after that, Lucy has this panel where she's looking out the window with her broken key lying on the table, kind of signifying the loss of the Tartarus arc, all of the dragons, Grey's father, and for her she lost Aquarius, which I think was the best episode of the year in the anime by far. In that chapter 416, everyone must have been going insane. Developments for Gruvia, Jerza, and Nalu in one chapter, and that winter, Grey cried in Juvia's arms, Jalal encouraged Urza to move forward, and finally Natsu literally leaving Lucy with her yelling for him was such a sad moment for me. Fairy Tail disbanding and that ending, Aetherius, Natsu, Dragoneel, the hype was too much for me to handle, man. Crazy developments. So the 1 year later chapter with Lucy, one of my favorite parts for sure. She had gone through the heartbreak of losing her blood-related family, and before the time skip when Natsu leaves, she yells, "Don't leave me, I'll be lonely," as he disappears, and then she loses her friends, Fairy Tail, her home, and Natsu, who she clearly loves. Nalu was not happening for a whole year time skip. That was super disheartening, but just the way she kept her head up, she was kind of disappointed in Natsu when he returned, like he should have been there for her, trying to stay close to her family, but obviously hurting alone. But with how quickly Natsu realizes she's sad and decides to start up a new adventure to get Fairy Tail back, how can you not be a Nalu fan? Lucy is such an amazing character. Not only that, I've told you guys over and over again, my favorite parts of Fairy Tail are when Natsu and Lucy are going on adventures together, and this literally begins a whole new adventure with them. It's at these moments why I love this series so much, and Natsu returning with that long hair was so badass. Plus, I've been waiting to see Lucy's new star dress. The whole Avatar arc was so exciting. I really thought Grey pulled a Sasuke. I felt terrible for Juvia, but I can't believe they lived together for a whole year though. She must have loved that. And when Natsu held Lucy's hands and said, "I'm going to bring Grey back," my heart couldn't take anymore. The Nalu moments, the plot twist, I can't even put it into words. All along the way, Lucy was so happy just to be back with Natsu again. When she held up her Fairy Tail mark and smiled, it put a smile on my face too. And all of the Frosh and Grey plot twists, that had me excited. I love seeing everyone's power up in the Avatar arc. Zeref's backstory, Natsu is his freaking brother, human agnologia, Urza the new master. Zeref created an entire empire that we didn't even know about. Almost every chapter was having some insane unexpected developments at this point, but out of all 60 chapters I read, Lucy crying into her hands, bawling her eyes out at everyone returning to Fairy Tail and the reality that she's home, that was by far the most emotional part for me, maybe even in the entire series thus far. It was so bittersweet. But getting to the more recent chapters, there's Angel showing up as Serrano with some terrible things to say to Lucy, Lucy and Urza using those sexy fan service skills on the island, and being introduced to Brandish, not to mention Laxus showing up to save them. The Mavis and Zeref backstory was very dark. I wasn't expecting it to be that sad. I really can't believe Zeref loved Mavis so much that he killed her with a kiss. No wonder he's so twisted and demented. And then there's Fairy Heart, Lucy taking a bath with Brandish in the middle of a war. That's probably the best best battle ever, and possibly updates about her mother Layla. It's all very entertaining right now. I'm excited to start reading weekly again and to make new videos about the manga. Chapter 459, Lucy taking Brandish hostage, was awesome and hilarious, but there's not much to talk about with 460. I'm just excited for the series to continue, and I'm happy Lucy is back with her family fairy tale. I hope Hiro keeps it going for a long time, and I think it may soon be time for Nalu to be official. Natsu said after the war he wanted to do something, and I'm dead serious. I hope what he wants to do is to propose to Lucy. As you all know, the second fairy tale movie is releasing next year most likely. In the last Naruto the movie, Kishimoto decided it was time for Hinata and Naruto to get married because they grew up. After seeing Natsu come back after his year away, after seeing Lucy grow so much, maybe it will be time for them to get married as well. If the war's over by the time of the movie, I'm hoping the new movie will be strictly about Nalu. Gray 2, he said after the war he will give an answer to Juvia. I think it's very possible. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Nalu will happen after the war? Will they get married? Will they have a relationship? Will they even have kids? I can only imagine how epic Zeref's battle will be. I would think there's enough death and growth in this arc that it will be time for them to start relationships. Natsu found Igneel, Zeref and his brother will do battle, and finally, I think the fans want the couples to be together. I can't wait to find out. A war with Zeref and these developments have me all fired up. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll be letting you guys know. I'll be posting lots of fairy tale artwork and more. And thank you so much for 95,000 subscribers. It's unbelievable. And a huge thank you to Mashima sensei for this wonderful story. Arigatou gozaimashita. Ja ne.
I got